Any work on your farm, call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com to have underground lines located. It only takes a minute and can save your life.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Partly sunny and humid today with a high of 93 to 95. Mainly clear and warm tonight, low 71 to 75. Then tomorrow we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm in a couple of spots. Humid with a high of 89 to 92. Mostly sunny Friday, thunderstorm in spots, high 85 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
I'm Matt Gaetz, and I approve this message. The radical left are coming for you, and they know I'm in the way. Come stand with me as we fight back together against this radical president and his far-left agenda. This Friday, May 7th, I'm hosting a special America First rally with my friend Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Doors open at 5 p.m. at the Brownwood Hotel in the Villages. We want you there with us. Go to mattgaetz.com/rally for more details. Paid for by friends of Matt Gaetz.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
currently are supposed to expire May 29th. What does that mean? Well, while CareerSource CLM does not run the unemployment compensation system, that is the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity, so we can't deal with your claims, we can't rush them through or anything like that. However, if you're required to register for work and search for jobs, that's where we come in. So please don't wait till May 29th to come see us. Come see us right now, and we can help you get all set up so that you can submit your claims. And if you have unemployment compensation due by losing a job during COVID or through whatever reason, through no fault of your own, then please come and see us. And you can find out more at 1-800-434-JOBS or visit us at careersourceclm.com and get started. Be aware that those waivers expiring. Toward that end, we are actually going to be returning to our in-person workshops next month in June. Right now we have live, hybrid one, live Zoom ones and on-demand virtual. We'll probably keep those on-demand virtuals up and running so that you can take a workshop anytime, any place. Yeah, we're excited to go back to live employability workshops in June, so stay tuned to that. Speaking of June, we're going to have an actual in-person live job fair. So after a year of virtual job fairs, we're going to return to actually having people in the same place at the same time. We're very excited. More information about that, but it's going to be June 17th at the Klein Conference Center at the College of Central Florida. I believe the hours are from 2 to 5 p.m., but more on that later. Tomorrow, we're very excited to have yet another Phoenix Rising Youth Build wall raising. This is, Tom, I don't know if you were here last time we had one, but this is my favorite part of the job, the Phoenix Rising project.
Right.
These young, deserving adults, older youth, really getting their lives straightened out and helping by building a Habitat for Humanity home and getting their high school diplomas, not GEDs, but their actual high school diplomas and all these things. And so that's going to be tomorrow. We'll post a lot on our social media about it. One last thing I want to mention before turning it over to Carrie. We do have a new store coming to town, Conn's Home Plus, and they have 140 locations in 14 states, and they are hiring for the new store they're opening in Ocala. They're looking for sales associates, cashiers, porters, and that job fair is Monday, May 10th and Tuesday, May 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and that will be at our Ocala Career Center. So go to our calendar of events at careersourceclm.com and you can get all the details for that. So Conn's Home Plus, they sell it all, from appliances to furniture to, I had never heard of them, and they're a big deal. So if you're interested in that, check it out on our website. And that is all I'm going to say. I'm going to turn it over to Carrie.
All right.
Hi, Carrie. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. If you'd lean a little closer into that microphone right there.
Okay. Just a little.
Just a little. So you are go ahead, tell us about yourself.
I am the Human Resources Manager for the AutoZone Distribution Center in Ocala. I've been there about 3 years now.
I'm always amazed, and Laura and I've talked about this, I'm always amazed when you come down 75 and you're coming either up 75 north or south down 75, the prominent display of big hitters, AutoZone being one of them, that are right there as the trademarks of Ocala now, that you see with Chewy and Amazon and AutoZone, FedEx. It's just the development of that area, and you guys being one of the cornerstones of it, is just an amazing thing for a economy of Ocala that had to diversify, because after the 2008 economic downturn, we realized that horses and construction and real estate weren't really the only thing you could do. And so we're really happy to have somebody like AutoZone here. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at AutoZone and why you're here this morning.
So AutoZone is a Fortune 500 company, and we are continuing to grow. We've been very successful over the last few years, and as we continue to grow, we continue to open stores, and we need to support those stores. So at the distribution center in Ocala, we currently support about 450 stores, and we do about 700 deliveries a week. And their needs continue to grow. So as the needs for the stores continue to grow, so does our need for good AutoZoners. And so we're continuing to look for that to staff our building. And it's going to be people that are working in our inbound department. Hourly's working in inbound, working in our outbound department. We're also looking for CDL drivers as well as supervisors. So we are looking for some great candidates.
What's the range of compensation from the least amount to the highest amount that you're looking for?
So we have a variety. Our minimum right now is about $14.95. We start at $14.95 and go up for experience, what position you're going to be into. So it just depends.
So it starts at $14.95, which is a great starting rate.
Which is the absolute, that's the absolute minimum.
Laura, I like that AutoZone's got almost $15 an hour rate. Right now, that's a good place to start.
And with AutoZone, it is something we do in a salary analysis every year to make sure that we're keeping our salary competitive. You know, we look at the market and we keep our salary competitive. We make sure, not just to make sure we're competitive with our local competition, but we're also providing a great rate for our AutoZoners.
Now this DC, it contributes to 75 stores, you said?
No, actually over 450
Over 450 stores.
About 450 stores, and we also service, so pretty much everything in the Southeast and Puerto Rico.
Oh, so you got Georgia, Alabama.
We've got some Georgia, yep, we do have a DC in Georgia who takes good care of a lot of that, but a lot of the Southeast and then Puerto Rico. So
quite a big area.
Quite a big area. Mm-hmm. Yep, we make about 700 deliveries a week.
How many employees you have in the DC?
It's approximately 400. Is what we have, and we have 3 different shifts. We have, our first shift is generally Monday through Thursday. They work 4/10s. We have a third shift, works Sunday evenings through Wednesday evenings, and then we have a weekend shift, which is generally Friday through Monday.
And are they all 10 hour? Are they all 10-hour shifts?
Pretty much everybody works a 4 10-hour shift. Mm-hmm.
I don't need a job, but if I did.
No, it's wonderful having 3 days off a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
great.
what I'm saying. Having 3 days off a week, I may need a job.
And I think most people are working 10-hour days anyway, even if it's not on the, on the clock.
Well, I just saw a interview with a teacher, Florida teacher here that's in the Florida. She's part of the union, and they asked her how many hours a day she works, and she goes, about 10 or 11 a day. So the average work day now is about 10 hours, but you only have to do 4 of those, and then you get 3 days off. That's a pretty good gig.
It is. I mean, and there are times based on what's going on. We're seasonal just like any other retailer. So we have times where the need goes up for different products, and so we'll have those mandatory overtime days. But even then, you're still only working five days a week, so it's pretty good.
I would think the demand is also ramping up as more people are getting vaccinated and feeling free to move about the country, and a lot of road trips to national parks and kids who haven't been to, so want to make sure our cars are roadworthy, and they gotta turn to some place to get those supplies.
No, AutoZone continues to be successful. Even as we went through COVID. People still have to maintain their vehicles, even the electronic vehicles. The electric vehicles still need maintenance.
I know that I give AutoZone once every month and a half. I go in and get 3 bottles of Rain-X window fluid. So, and I go because AutoZone has the best price on it. So I go in there, and that's the thing with AutoZone is when you price shop, and a lot of people do these days. When you price shop, AutoZone is very, very competitive.
No, and they do. We try to make sure we are competitive to take care of our customers. It's one of our top priorities, to make sure we're taking care of customers and they have the tools that they need to keep them on the road.
You have to have a high school diploma to work for AutoZone?
No, you do not. You have to be 18, but you do not have to have a high school diploma. And you don't have to have experience. If you've got a willingness to learn and a willingness to work hard, we would love to train you.
How much chance is there for moving? I mean, if you start say the $14.95 an hour, is there, if you're a go-getter and you're a self-starter and all, is there a chance to advance through the company?
Absolutely. We have an advisor in training. Our advisor are first level supervisors. And so first, when we do have a need for an advisor, we do look from within. And there's an application process that our AutoZoners can go through to move up into those roles. We're also continuing to grow. And so as other DCs open or, we have a need, they can move throughout the country. When we opened, we had a lot of zoners come from other DCs. And me, myself, I did start as an advisor at the DC. I came in, I've had, previous year's experience with HR, but had a chance to do something different and be operational and be on the floor as an advisor. And I was just recently promoted to the HR manager. So there is a lot of opportunity to grow at AutoZone if you're willing to put in the work.
How many DCs are there?
We have 10. We have 10 DCs throughout the country.
Wow. I knew that answer, and the reason I know that answer is a friend of mine just became the quality control supervisor for all the 10 DCs for AutoZone. He plays trivia with me on Tuesday nights. He lives here in town.
Oh, you must be talking about Mr. Riggs.
I know him very well.
Yes, yes.
And he just took that new position.
He did. So he moved up with the organization
Right.
as well. So it's a fairly new position that he just moved into, and he's going to be fantastic in that role.
I've never seen him bring a smile to somebody's face like he just did you. I know him. He don't bring a smile to my face.
Yeah, no, he keeps me in check.
But that shows that you can. There is room
Absolutely.
to move. You moved up recently to your position.
Yep.
He's moved up to his. So, and there is a lot of opportunity to move up. But the starting wage at $14.95 isn't a bad way to start either.
No, absolutely.
Laura, how does that competitive? How does that $14.95 pay?
Well, it's very competitive. It is. I won't lie. I mean, that's good. And another point too is the market. You have to consider the market. The cost of living here may not be as high as some other areas as well. So that dollar can stretch a bit more. But that is a good segue into, I wanted to ask Carrie, can you talk a little bit about the benefits and how, the culture there for your AutoZoners? I love that.
So our AutoZoners, first, safety is number one priority. And so I've worked for organizations where, you talk about safety but how you actually work it is totally different. Here, safety is a part of everything we do. It's part of every conversation. We check in with our new zoners on a regular basis to make sure that they understand the safe way to do everything and they have all the tools to do their job. So safety and people. We've got some of the most dedicated AutoZoners, and they take care of us every day. They're amazing. We've got an amazing team there. As far as the benefits, we've got medical, dental. We also have, we just recently included parental leave. So now fathers have a paid leave when they have a child born. So that's something new that we've just recently started in the past year. We also have a company match 401k. After an AutoZoner's been with us for a year, we'll match 3% of what they put in, the first 3%, and 50% of the 4% they put in. Short-term disability is company paid. And right now, with the whole COVID vaccine, we're actually offering the incentive now for our employees to get that, so they get an extra $100 if they choose to get vaccinated. It is not required, but that is something if they do get the vaccine.
I think what you just mentioned, that it went by quickly, but it's something that is very important in these days when you have two people in a household that are working and everything. The fathers now can get maternity leave too to help new mothers, because of course I don't have children, but I would venture to say, watching how my mother worked and everything, you need help if you're a woman and you just had a child, and your husband being able to take leave and help is a really, really big asset.
Absolutely, and it doesn't take away from your vacation that you've earned and worked for. This is something that is extra and above their regular paid time off.
And I will say, I don't think that that's particularly prevalent in our
No,
region.
I wouldn't
but
think so.
I'm extremely encouraged to hear it. When my son and his wife had their daughter a year ago in January, I mean, he had to take vacation time, he was not it was basically the expectation was, you had a baby? Okay, come into work the next day, kind of a thing. So,
pass out cigars and then come to work.
I love that. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. But yeah, so I mean, and then of course AutoZone discounts. So it's our average discount is 20%, and then we have periods throughout the year where we bump it up to 30% for not only the zoner but friends and family as well. We'll be open to receiving our discount.
We're friends, right?
I wish I'd have known that. I'd have hit my buddy up when I needed a battery recently. Batteries ain't getting any cheaper.
Being a friend, he would have offered that up.
Well, this last night he came to trivia last night. It's the first time that his group had come to trivia in over 14 months because of the pandemic. And it's good to see people are getting back out and everything for the pandemic. And that's part of what you're doing is the pandemic's it's starting to wane a little bit. More people are getting out and about. You're going to need more employees to get stuff to and from stores.
Absolutely.
So you considered, I'm assuming, an essential business.
Yes.
So you were open.
We have been open
throughout
the whole time.
Are there some COVID-19 safety protocols still in place for your workers?
Yes. So that's something we still are taking very, very seriously. We have installed, as you walk into our building, we are a secure facility, so we go through a metal detector. But at that metal detector, we also have a camera that will detect temperatures to make sure that as owners are coming in, their temperature is in the acceptable range. We also require our AutoZoners to wear masks, especially in close areas. We have regular cleaning, so every time you use a piece of equipment, it should be cleaned before you get on, before you get off. The desks and the phone areas are wiped down on regular intervals. So even though, we've started to see, these protocols start to get a little more lax, we are still being stringent in practicing those activities every day.
I think that gives folks a comfort level to want to be there, for sure.
There's so many things that this pandemic has brought out, but the one thing is there's protocols now in place at different places to make sure you protect everybody.
Right.
And that's it's not about one individual, it's about everybody.
It's about everybody, yep. So, and we do the screening questions, to find out, you got anything pending, anything we need to know about.
How long does the hiring process take from the time that they first start the process to they would be on the floor?
So it generally can take, it depends on how long the background checks. One of the things that COVID has done is it has really impacted some of the smaller towns and their ability to get background checks completed. So, but on average, it takes about 5 to 7 business days from the time they put the application in. We do drug testing, pre-employment drug testing, and then we also do background screening on our applicants. So that process can take about 5 to 7 days.
You being in HR, this is probably something that's been a juggling act. Where's AutoZone's place? Because we are a medical marijuana state, but yet there's still drug testing. So that's a difficult ball to juggle.
So we've not had any of the drug cards come up at this point in RDC, but there is a process to go through that. And so there's a questionnaire that we have that we review with the potential AutoZoner to make sure it's not something that would impede his ability or her ability to carry out their job functions.
It's a different world we live in now.
It is a very different world.
Because the federal government hadn't recognized marijuana as a use yet, but individual states have. So it has to change. Where you got DCs that don't have medical marijuana, you got DCs that you got a tough job.
So it'll be interesting to start navigating through that when it does actually become.
Because I remember when I worked on a forklift at the job I had one time, when you got in a forklift accident, and they happen, accidents happen, the first thing you did was you went to HR and you gave a sample to see if there was any drugs involved. That's the first thing you did. That's a juggling act now, I would think, in medical marijuana states.
Yes, and it will be, and so luckily, like I said, it hasn't come up yet, but as they do come up, AutoZone has the protocols in place, so we'll work through those as they come up.
Speaking of things in place, if you want to just take a brief moment, we will get on our website, on our calendar, the job descriptions and job order numbers and how to apply through Employ Florida. But if you want to just mention how they can find and apply for jobs and through you guys.
Sure. You can go to, it's www.autozone.com/careers. And when you get to that location, you will see an icon for distribution centers. And when you can type in Ocala for the location, and all of our current openings will come up, and you just apply to the one that you feel that your skills and abilities would best be suited for.
Very good. Very good. Hey, I want to do a brief shout out. Carrie and I were talking before coming on. Mary Price, who retired from HR at AutoZone Distribution Center in December, when I started with what is now CareerSource, she was on the business development team. Marisol Hernandez, who's there, she also worked for us. And shout out to the wonderful, wonderful Al Jones, who is a AutoZone store manager over in Citrus County, who has been a board member for CareerSource for several years, and he is just the absolute best. So I wanted to say shout out to them. So I know 3 of their employees are fantastic.
They don't have employees. They have AutoZoners.
Pardon me. Yes, pardon me. I'm
That's actually really cool. AutoZoners.
AutoZoners.
I like it.
So that's great. You have T-shirts that say, I'm an AutoZoner.
Disney has cast members. AutoZone has AutoZoners.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. So excellent. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It was great to be here.
Thanks for both of you being here. We were talking with Laura Burns from CareerSource, Citrus Levy Marion, and Carrie Blair. She is the HR manager for the AutoZone DC here in Ocala. We'll be right back after this short timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The best pepper varieties to grow in your garden. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Smart shoppers will tell you they found it on HighBid.com. HighBid.com lets you explore thousands of auctions across the U.S. and around the world. You'll find gold coins, sporting goods, classic cars, collectible toys, fine jewelry, household items, and sports memorabilia autographed by the greats. HighBid.com has hundreds of thousands of items for sale every day. It's easy to search, and it's easy to find auctions in your area. Just go to HighBid.com, that's HIBID.com, and see what everyone is talking about.
Here's farmer and businessman James Wood.
We farm about 3,500 acres. There's pipelines everywhere. The contractor working on my property did not have the lines located before he began work, and it resulted on a strike on a natural gas pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
Southeast AgNet is social. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, where you can be sure to find all of the agriculture news for the Southeast.
There are literally thousands of pepper varieties you can grow in your garden in different colors, shapes, and flavors. So it's best not just to limit yourself to one pepper when planting your garden. Grow a few different kinds, from super hot to sweet and mild. If you're going for the best sweet peppers, try Bellboy, California Wonder, Sweet Banana, and Gypsy. Early pimento is also a gardener's favorite because of their consistent heavy yields, and they're resistant to most diseases. Your best hot peppers to grow are Anaheim, Cayenne, Habanero, Hungarian Yellow Wax, and Serrano chili peppers. Another fiery variety is the Scotch Bonnet. They are like fireballs in your garden. They look like habaneros, but the peppers are shorter and fatter. If you love spicy Caribbean food, you need to grow these peppers. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Partly sunny and humid today with a high of 93 to 95. Mainly clear and warm tonight, low 71 to 75. Then tomorrow we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm in a couple of spots. Humid with a high of 89 to 92. Mostly sunny Friday, thunderstorm in spots, high 85 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Hey, are you ready for some Super Mother's Day week deals at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala? Here's what you do. First, check the big ad in the paper, or then go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net for some super buy one, get one free BOGOs, like that sweet-smelling jasmine that's blooming all over town, Confederate jasmine and Carolina jasmine, just $10, buy one, get one free. Also a BOGO on crotons. They love the warm weather. They're also on buy one, get one free this week at Bob Wines. And get this, your favorite blooming vines including Mandevilla, Passion Vine, and Diplodemia. They were $13 to $20, now just $10 this week at Bob Wines. And finally, check out the spring veggies this week, just $2.29 in the Jumbo 4-pack. Come check us out at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4:30, 3:30 on Saturdays, in the same blooming place since 1952.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917. When asked, 1 out of 1 morning host on WOCA, that's me, says Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant is the best pizza and Italian in Ocala. Formaggio's is located at 1053 Northeast 14th Street. They're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday with lunch specials that change daily. They also are open for dinner on Saturdays. Dine in or carry out. Call 352-509-3661 so you can experience the deliciousness of Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant. Now I'm hungry.
I'm Matt Gaetz, and I approve this message. The radical left are coming for you, and they know I'm in the way. Come stand with me as we fight back together against this radical president and his far-left agenda. This Friday, May 7th, I'm hosting a special America First rally with my friend Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Doors open at 5 p.m. at the Brownwood Hotel in the Villages. We want you there with us. Go to mattgaetz.com/rally for more details. Paid for by friends of Matt Gaetz.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to hour number 3 of Ocala Talks. I am your host, Tom Schmidt, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located at the Ocala International Airport. Beautiful view that I get. Carolina blue sky out there, not a cloud in the sky. A guy on the microphone now, Joe Martone, joins me. You know what I mean when I say Carolina blue sky.
Si, senor. It is good today to be with you.
See, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. I don't know why.
Because you're not turned up loud enough.
Well, I don't know why. We'll try to turn me up a little more and see if it works for you or not. If it works for you, then I'm okay with it. It's up to you. I don't know. This is number 2, it said, but maybe it's number 1. I don't know. Try again. Hello. Hello. Test.
It's number 1.
It's number 1.
That's why.
That's why it didn't work, maybe.
It was number 1.
We'll have to mark them better.
Because it sounds perfect now.
Thank you so much. Ay, sigo de mato to you,
I told you the tequila's kicking in, folks.
I tell you, you think this is water, And he is YouTube volume on, sir.
It says it is.
It says it is, okay then.
It's bouncing over there.
What's bouncing?
Whether it's on or not, it's...
Oh, that's